Fire me up for this one, gang. Happy belated Father's Day. We are showcasing Karl at DVL. We're showcasing his fluid bed. We are going to be painting, powder coating today. That's the ball head. What else do we have out? We've got the Midwest Finesse. And we've got my all-time favorite jig head of all time, the Freestyle. We are going to try to come up with the optimal temperature for the adhesion of these powder coating paints. We're going to do basically kind of a cooler one, try to find the sweet spot, and a hot one right before it basically burns. And we're going to see what the effects of that are. Hopefully we can come up with a conclusion that you got to shoot your jig heads at, and I think it's probably around 320, 350 temperature-wise for the optimal coating. Stay tuned for this, guys. And again, check out Karl over at DVL. He's got a great thing going on. If you guys are looking for a fluid bed, hook Karl up. All the proceeds that he gets from making these fluid beds, he takes disadvantaged kids out. He takes autistic kids out. He takes them out fishing. Karl, that is an unbelievable thing. I will leave links to him, his channel, and his information on his website, how to get a hold of these fluid beds. Karl, keep up the good work, man. That is really impressive. Let's get this party started, guys. We're going to get that camera angle down, and we're going to paint some jigs. Let's get this party started. Thanks for staying. Thanks for checking this one out, you guys. Okay, I think first thing we got to get the get the fluid bed set up. For the base color, guys, I'm going to be using a pearl white. And yeah, you can see I've put some products in there. I think that's 8-Bit Baits Borealis. I wanted to make some sort of like iridescent type of jig head last fall. And I thought, well, what the heck? Okay, I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to turn this thing. And I know Karl said, get it to the point where it's bubbling. Or even past. I want to see how far this lifts up. There it's volcanoing. Get it past that. I got this thing rocking full tilt. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. That's rocking full tilt, wide open. Okay, I think we can add a little bit more. They're going to be able to dip. Yeah, let's go. There. There's a little bit left over. Okay, so we got the pearl side done. That's going to be our base coat, basically. And then because we're going to do multiple coats, I'm going to get a little bit of hot pink in there. Let's get the hot pink in there. I want them at about the same level. Oh, this is hot, I'm telling you that. Okay, let's get this one cranked up too. Oh boy. There's our volcano. I don't know are you guys seeing that or not? Probably not. Oh, that one's rolling really nice. Wait, what's going on? There. Oh, that's roll. Wow, Karl. Awesome. That is really, really bubbling. Gosh, I wish. Yeah, I think you guys can see that. That is cool. The white's a little bit. I got it full. I'm going to get the covers on these. Okay. Well, that's step number one. The fluid beds are bubbling. Now let's get the jig heads. Okay, gang, I've got multiple jigs on the heat gun now. We are at 450 degrees. Let's dunk these. Get in there. Let's dunk these in here. Going at pearl white. Oh, you guys see that? That barely adhered at all. Okay, so that's obviously too cool. Yeah, that did absolutely nothing. 450, not going to happen. We're going to rip it. That powder coat almost just kind of just fell off there. This is definitely not hot enough. And then let's do it like, ooh, this is zoogly. Again, you guys can see the coating on there. just not good enough. Too cool. Gosh, and I think a lot of that's even just going to fall off while it's sitting there. That one was zoogly. Let's get the old Ned head in here. Again, dropping it into the pearl white, swish it around, dump. Let's just give the head just a little bit. See if that even picks up. Not much, right? Not much. Okay, but again, we got to put these in the toaster oven. Okay, so that was, yeah, that powder coat's just kind of falling off as it sits there. Let's bump it up to 550. Okay, guys, we are at 550 degrees now, and I think we're going to get a much better coating on these jig heads. Let's see what happens. Yes. Yeah, definitely a lot better than our 450 degree deal, but still. So I put a thermal gun or an infrared gun on that, and 550 on this heat gun was around 250, 260. This is not very scientific, you guys. I kind of wanted to be a little bit more scientific, but it's not. So that, we'll just do a little bit of the head on this one. Again, we're at 550 on my heat gun, and we are not getting, again, this is about, I'd say 250 actual lead temperature. So it's still too cold. So I think we're getting somewheres, you guys. Thanks for your patience. Okay, let's get that guy in there. Dip, swirl, 1. Let's do a little mini. Okay. That's a pretty good example right there. It's kinda, but you know, not really, not quite yet. But again, we still have to get these in the toaster oven to see the final results. Now we are gonna bump it up to 650 degrees. Okay, gang, now we are at 650 on the digital display. The infrared said this was around 350. I think this is going to yield our best results here. Let's see. Okay, into the pearl white, and then into the pink. Yeah, not quite. Not quite, but I think it's pretty dang close. Let's keep going. Even coat. I can still see a little bit of pearl white. Better than the other. I think got to keep these on just a little bit longer. I think I might have rushed through that one. I think that freestyle jig head, I might have rushed through a little bit. Okay, I have no patience. Let's try that. In, swish, knock off. That's a little bit more like it right there. That's a little bit more like it right there. I think I might have rushed that freestyle. Again, we got to get them into the toaster oven first. Okay. Are those, I should be hanging these. So this one is a smaller jig head. I'm sure this one's gonna probably yield the best results because it's a smaller Ned jig head. Boom, tap. Let's just dip that top in there lightly. Ooh, that's kind of a cool look, actually. Kind of a cool look. I am not, I mean, yes, I'm getting the results, but I think if I were to put that on the heat again and then double dip, I think we'd be there. Okay, now, oh no, I'm putting those in the wrong spot. There, you got to go over here. Yes, yes. Okay, that's 650. Okay, now we're bumping up to 850. Okay, gang, we are at 850 degrees on this digital heat gun. And that's kind of right before, I know I did it yesterday, and it melted at 950. So we're going to stay away from that. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, I thought I saw a little bit of smoke there. Yeah, that one, now we can start seeing it's really picking up a lot more paint. And I did actually see a little bit of smoke. That one got pretty goopy, and I think what we're gonna see as that comes out in the micro, just example, I'm not even covering the hook eyes here because I wanted that to be kind of part of a test. Most of the other ones, I'd say about 80% of the other ones, those did not fill in. Okay, is that still hot? Okay, definitely, okay, up it. I'm gonna take a infrared. Yeah, now it's at like 450. So we bumped up quite a bit there. Now we're at actual temperature of 450 degrees. Dip into the, yeah, I can see smoke. When I dip it into the fluid bed, it definitely picks up a lot more. But again, we gotta see how they come out of the toaster oven, right? Stay there. I should be hanging these. I don't have a little drying rack. I should. Wasn't prepared for that. Okay, last one. Then we are going to get these in the toaster oven. Again, now these are about 450 degrees. Yeah, that picked up quite a bit. Dip right away in there. Okay, that's actually kind of a cool look. Yeah, they were I noticed that as I dipped them into the fluid bed from Karl, they were smoking a little bit. Those definitely picked up the most. And I think, you guys, that 650, which was around 350 actual lead degree temperature, that's the moneymaker. Let's get these into the toaster oven. Well, guys, we got the jig heads out of the toaster oven. I thought this was going to be a little bit more scientific, but I think when I get the jig rack out and put it up in front of you guys, I think you're going to have a pretty good understanding of kind of how the temperatures do affect. Let's take a look at them. So the first one, I had that thermal or that digital LED heat gun set at 450. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that was probably around 200 degrees. And you can see right here, you guys, that I was lucky. Yeah, there they are right there. A lot of when I was handling these, putting them in this vise right here, even a lot of the powder coat just kind of fell off. But that's a good example of right there, how you can see kind of the lead behind that. Now let's get to the next one. I bumped it up on my heat gun. This is not actual temperature, to 550. Now we are in about that 250 degree range. I'm going to tilt those off down to the side. So still not super, super hot, probably not the ideal temperature. You can still see a little bit of lead. There we go. That's our 250 right there. Better adhesion, come on. Better adhesion right there, you guys, for sure. But still, not quite the moneymaker. Okay, let's move on to when we bumped it up to 650 degrees, which I think if I were not to have been rushing through this video, I think the 650, and I put my infrared thermometer on that, it was around 350 plus or minus degrees. That is, I'm going to tilt these over to the side. Sorry, guys, just so you can have a better, there we go, right there. That, they adhered better. You still can see, I probably should have double coated them, guys, but again, I just want to make sure that those are focusing in real well. I'm going to flip the script. Not bad, right? It's a nice even coat. With a double dip, I think that's where you want to be. Now let's get to the last one where I bumped that heat gun up to 850 degrees. Now we're talking about, I mean, that's really hot. As you could see, I think during the video, I think you could see that definitely picked up a lot more of the powder coat for sure. Did those turn out okay? Yeah, and I was surprised. I thought those would drip a little bit more. I thought those would drip a little bit more. They actually turned out decent, but it was a little bit hot. And I did notice in that one when I turned it up to 850 on that heat gun, it was smoking when I took it out of the fluid bed from Karl. Guys, regardless of how this video turns out, I'm always kind of skeptical on the lead pouring stuff. One, I'm not really well versed in it. Do I like doing it? Yeah. Did I find something today that's going to help me out? Yeah, I know how that heat gun works. I'll link that down below if you guys are interested in that. I know where that needs to be for me, and I think I could get into a pretty good routine. I know everybody's got different routines, everybody's got different styles, but I think what I came up with today is you need to be getting your lead up around 325, 350, 360 for that optimal coating, right? That even coating so you don't get all that runny, drippy stuff after you put it in the oven. 320, 325, 330, 340, 350, 360. I think when you get up closer to the 400s, then it starts getting a little bit where it really picks up that powder coat. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. Wednesday, we're going to be back pouring some baits. I got a new shipment from Barlows in. We'll keep you posted on what was in that one. There's some good goodies in there for sure. Might have a new mold making an appearance. Stick around for that. Anyway, guys, like I said, regardless of how this video performs, this is all about Karl, right? This was kind of his idea, and I'm not taking any credit for it. I hope I brought across this temperature type of deal. I mean, I wanted it to be a little bit more scientific, but I am not a science guy. Anyway, Karl, he makes an unbelievable fluid bed. And do you need a fluid bed? No. But do you need a fluid bed? If the guy that is making them and you're purchasing from them puts all that money into taking handicapped and disabled and autistic children out fishing, yeah, you need one. I will leave his, I don't know if I want, I'll leave all of his stuff, email, website, like all the stuff. Get a hold of Karl. These things really do. Like I said, you don't need one. They really, really, really up the performance. If you are into pouring a lot of jig heads, I would highly recommend a fluid bed, whether it's from Karl or from wherever. But guys, give Karl a shout, right? He is really, this thing is awesome that he's doing, right? And it's not only his fluid beds, it's his air vices, I think, as well. Right, where he's putting all that money back in and taking kids out. I know I talked to him on the phone just recently, and he was out fishing with an autistic kid out on the river. I mean, it's just awesome, Karl. Keep doing what you're doing, Karl. That is really impressive. Guys, again, I'm going to sign off here. That concludes this scientific experiment here with the jig pouring. Yeah, whatever. Just kind of a fun one. Reference for me, reference for you. And I guess get to know your equipment, whether it's with a blowtorch or a Bic lighter or a heat gun from Ace Hardware or a digital heat gun from Amazon. Get to know your stuff, and finding that right temperature makes a difference. That's what I came up with today, and hopefully you guys did too. Guys, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great rest of the week. And again, happy belated Father's Day. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day weekend. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. This is Mike Muller from Bar Down Bait signing off. Peace.